Charlie Crist is running for governor again in Florida. The smell of that makes me want to put my mask back on. That story's next on The Skew.
And now, here he is, political dissident, social commentator, and working class dog. Rockstar Media USA and Jeffries Entertainment present One Man, One Microphone, One Voice for Truth. What Strauss and Ho call the Gen X Nomad. Your host, Blaine Allen Jeffries.
Hola, White Devils, and welcome back to The Skew. Yep, you heard me right. Former Republican governor of Florida, Charlie Crist, now a Democratic congressman. He wants his old gig back, and he's running as a Democrat, challenging Ron DeSantis. He's going to need a whole bunch of votes, every vote he can weasel out of somebody, in an attempt to pander to the black vote. Poor Charlie paid a visit to state-run media outlet MSLSD, where the king of blaxploitation, the Reverend Al Nassar Sharpton, has a little show over there, an absolute turd fest called Politics Nation. And as expected, these two poop peddlers did not disappoint. Just take a listen to this.
Now, Congressman, Florida has passed one of the more draconian voting laws in the country.
Draconian. Oh, God, this guy is like the propaganda fucking king, isn't he? You know what draconian is. All right, let's go. Let's listen to it.
Voting and ballot drop boxes, as well as allowing for partisanship from poll watchers. This is also happening in Arizona, where Republicans will purge inactive voters from the rolls, and in several other states.
Yeah, that's what they do. Inactive voters. You haven't voted. You're dead. You keep the rolls clean. You're an inactive voter, you're not fucking voting, so we take the name off. Why are you fighting so hard to keep inactive names on the rolls? Are you planning to do something with those fucking names, Al?
States with so many of these laws targeted to impact voters of color, young people, and other core constituencies.
I've already done a show about this. How the hell does it affect young people and people of color? You guys are all just as able to get a fucking idea as anyone else, Al.
Does your campaign have a plan to help those folks get their ballots counted, and what should other states be doing?
Absolutely, Reverend. The law that the governor signed last week is appalling. It is strictly targeted at, suppressing the vote. Let's be honest about it. That's what it is.
Oh, my God. Are you going to say that with a straight face?
One of the things you talked about, the fact that they want to make it harder for our voters to use mail-in ballots. Well, one of the main reasons for that, obviously, is because about 600,000 more Democrats voted by mail than Republicans in the last November election. And think about this, too. My 88-year-old father, my 86-year-old mother really enjoyed mail-in balloting. It's so much more convenient for our senior citizens.
That's right out of the propaganda playbook right there. Hold on. The 7 tools of propaganda: bandwagon, snob appeal, vague terms, loaded words, transfer, unreliable testimony, and plain folks. But whatever. This is an attempt right there to be plain. I'm one of you. Just let me relate. My parents want to vote, just like everybody. We're one of you. Yeah, okay. Continue, fucker.
This law is almost all anti-senior. But think about this as well. You talked about the boxes being placed in different areas of the community, and not so many in the inner city.
Actually, read the bill. You both line here. The boxes have to be put at an equal distance in the county, that they're accessible for everyone. They're not stuck in a corner here or a corner there. They have to be put right directly where they're accessible to everyone in the goddamn county. There's line number 2.
Target at keeping black and brown people from voting as much, or Hispanics.
The brown is the Hispanics. He's so out of touch. The black and browns and the Hispanics. Oh, what a fucking what an empty shirt politician.
Well, that this is happening in this day and age. and it harkens us back to things that might have happened in the 1950s in America. But sadly, systemic racism is alive and well in America. And
Really? You were fucking governor of this state about 8-10 years ago, weren't you? Why didn't you do something about the systemic racism then, you piece of fucking shit? And you're a goddamn congressman now. What is your excuse? Oh my God! To sit here and make these bold fucking lies and to pander to the blacks like this shit, the black and brown and the Hispanics, systemic racism. There's no doubt about it.
in my Florida, and it pains me to say that, but I don't think that represents the majority of Floridians. I don't think it represents the majority of Americans, Reverend. I think that people are better than that. I am a hopeful, optimistic.
Well, then how is it systemic but everybody's good? You can't have it both ways. You guys all do that. Oh, everybody's fucking bad, except for you. You're only good.
First, and I believe in the goodness of God, and I believe that more people are going to get upset about having their votes suppressed, and they will voice that anger when it comes to going to the polls in November of 22. I look forward to it. I'm excited about it.
Now,
Yeah.
Florida Republicans did everything they could just last year to ignore the will of their voters who had restored former felon voting rights via ballot initiative. Now Governor DeSantis is saying that he plans to
No, fucker. I am one. I'll be the one to testify to this right now. And people will pull it. I got nothing to hide to listeners here. I'm a felon. I'm a convicted felon. There's some bullshit we did 20 years ago. And I got my rights back. You just had to pay off your fines. You do your time, any restitution or any fines that had to be paid, you had to pay it off. And they even had LeBron James and Bloomberg threw millions and millions of dollars into this, and they solicited felons and offered to pay off their fines. I got one. I got one of those calls. I was already paid off. But when they found out I was white, they withdrew the offer to pay my fines off. Tell me about reverse racism. It's bullshit. They would have paid you for all you had to do is pay off your shit, and you could vote.
anyone who put public health at risk by violating COVID restrictions this year. I mean, what does this contrast say about the Republican Party?
That's number 3 on the propaganda. That's called transfer, where you take two things that don't belong together or they're opposites, but put them together to prove a point. Felons having to pay their fines before they can vote is different than DeSantis not prosecuting people that violate or don't go along with mask rules or the rest of these fucking, you want to talk about real draconian measures that lock people out of businesses. Big fucking difference. You gaslighting piece of shit. Yes, I use gaslighting. I hate to use these buzzwords that all the cool kids use, but that's a legitimate gaslighting fucking instance right there.
Well, it's just at least that the governor doesn't believe in science.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's amazing. Earlier last week, he signed another law. These things are rolling out, every other day now down here in Florida, that would say that local governments can't have their own rules established with how they deal with COVID, this pandemic. And now he's saying, that he's going to pardon people that decide not to adhere to any rules that relate to the pandemic and not spreading it. Over 36,000 of my fellow Floridians, Reverend.
Oh, here we go. Misuse of statistics. Man, he is clipping every fucking box in this little barf out fucking stump speech, isn't he? Here we go. Misuse of statistics.
Passed away from this disease, this dreaded pandemic. And over 2.2 million Floridians have got this coronavirus. If Florida were a country, we would rank about 20th in the world into, how many cases we have. It's that rampant throughout the state. Yet he's cutting back on these things. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, because the death rate is less than 0.5%. This is bullshit. It's been 14 months, and I'll be the first to say it. Not the first. I'm probably the 1 millionth to say it. It's the goddamn flu.
Now, the Republican Party has decided to ignore voters, and not just in Florida. In Missouri, the Republican legislature...
How are we ignoring voters, Al? Please tell us.
The legislature has defied a ballot initiative to expand Medicaid. In Mississippi, the state Supreme Court has overturned another ballot initiative, this one to legalize medical marijuana. What kind of political system can we have in this country if one party has abandoned the foundational principle of listening to the will of the voters?
Because we are not a fucking straight democracy. It is not just the will of the people. That's called mob rule, you fuck stick. Both of you supposed to know so much. You have a show called Politics Nation, but you don't understand how the goddamn system works. If it was just the voice of the people, it'd be mob rule. Democracy does not work past a small structure, a small town, maybe a county, a state at best. It doesn't work. Democracy, straight democracy, doesn't work with 350 million fucking people. Get a fucking clue.
You're hitting the nail on the head, my friend. I really believe that. This is about the foundation of our democracy. This is.
You were a governor and a congressman. The foundation of democracy. This is their other, another one of their buzzwords. You'll hear it on every single show about 100 times. It's the foundation of our democracy. Our democracy is at risk. We're not a goddamn democracy.
It's about respecting and being straightforward with the will of the people. You know, a great president.
Will of the people is mob rule, fuckstick. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. We're going to get an unreliable testimonial, or at least a twisting of it.
Once said that our form of government should be of the people, by the people, and for the people. Abraham Lincoln. And what we're seeing in today's
He just went on a black show and quoted Abraham Lincoln. Oh, God, you're a horrible person. Let's hear it.
Being straightforward with the will of the people. You know, a great president once said that our form of government should be of the people, by the people, and for the people.
It still is. It's just not a democracy. That's why we have representatives.
Abraham Lincoln. Pretty good words. And what we're seeing in today's Republican Party, certainly in Florida and other states, is shirking and dismissing, if you will, the will of the people. It's appalling. It's sad. But people are smart. I think they'll rise up. I think you'll see Florida go blue in 22.
Okay, well, that's going to be your standard, blue in 22. Did you say that people are going to rise up? Are you promoting violence? Are you inciting an insurrection? Is that what you're doing there, Chris? Are you firing the people up?
I hope so, and I think that's going to happen because of you and other journalists getting to the.
Oh my God! Did you just call fucking Al Sharpton a journalist? You could not have just said that with a straight face. You had no credibility whatsoever, motherfucking ever, with this little stump speech, publicity, whatever the fuck you want to call this, going on Politics Nation. But you just called Al Sharpton a journalist. That's it. I'm done. I've heard it all. I'm done. I'm retiring. It's over.
Truth and making sure that our fellow Americans are aware of what's going on. It's very important.
Thank you very much, Congressman Charlie Crist.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, it absolutely hurts. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'll have to edit that laugh out. What more do we have here from Not So Sharpton?
I'll talk to the mayor of Houston shortly about the push from hundreds of black mayors he leads to reduce police fatalities in their cities while trying to increase vaccine distribution and pushing back against voter suppression, specifically targeting their urban residents. The starkest example, of course, being in Florida. Currently, the prototype for Jim Crow 2.0 is the state.
I can't take it. Jim Crow 2.0. You're hitting it all today, Al.
Gubernatorial races shapes up to take Ron DeSantis down. Former Senator Charlie Crist joins me shortly with his plan to save the Sunshine State. this time from the governor's mansion. But first,
I think we're okay. You don't need any fucking saving, especially from that fucking dip. Oh my God. Oh, let's play a song. I'll be right back. We're back. I kind of missed my cue there, but hey, this is show 3. We'll work it all out. So let's just get in a little conclusion or a little wrap up of what that just happened there with Crist. So he threw down with the lie of the whole mail-in voting. The only thing different with the mail-in voting in Florida with its 82 and 83-year-old parents is you just have to request the ballot once a year, every year now, instead of once every 2 years. That's the only difference. So if it's just show an ID, and if you don't have an ID, the last 4 fucking digits of your social security number, that's it. Like I said, we already went over the drop-off boxes. Yes, he wants them indoors so they can be fucking monitored. No big deal. And this is radio, not television, and we're not going to do the video part of my podcast here until probably, at least till I get home and build the studio. But in the background of Al Sharpie there, while they're spewing their dump there, they actually had it was illegal to hand out water to voters in Florida. They're still pressing that lie as of here, 5/15/21. They know that's a bold-faced lie, but they still put it up in the graphic on the television. I went over to Voter Bill today. I read the goddamn thing, spent 20 minutes reading the whole thing. It says gifts. You can't give away gifts within 150 feet of a polling place or drop-off box. It literally says nothing about food or water. It's amazing that they can just lie, just right through their fucking teeth, lie about these fucking things. And Chris just followed right up behind it. And then his pandering, and then it's quoting Abraham Lincoln. Okay, well, since I found this out about, this came across to me today with Charlie Crist. I was in Ohio for a few years. I had to take off and get my head straight or whatever for a while. So I missed his turn at governor or whatever. I didn't get sober till 5 years ago. I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to politics at the time. So I'm just gonna look him up here. Charlie Crist scandal. I'm gonna start with this: Charlie Crist career, Charlie Crist scandal. What pops up? Wikipedia. Democrat from 2012 to president. He was a Republican before that. Education, Florida State. He was supposedly a lawyer. Is Charlie Crist gay? What? Oh, wait, Charlie Crist gay? Former governor allegedly paid men to cover up affairs. Oh, this is juicy. Oh, whoa. This is from Huffington Post. Oppo. January 2012. I mean, okay, it's 9 years old. He's running for governor. You're open game. Huffington Post. All right. Allegation surfaced on Friday that former tokens. Listen. I got no problems with gay people, the LGBTYXYZ. Do what you want to fucking do. But this is just... The charges were revealed in documents obtained by local station WTSB relating to the investigation of former Republican Party of Florida Chairman Jim Greer. Warning, graphic language below. Controversy swirling around the connection between Greer and Crist. There's nothing new. During his Republican-turned-independent Senate campaign in 2010, Crist vehemently denied he had any knowledge of Greer's alleged scheme to divert state party funds to pay for his own personal expenses. Greer attorney Damon Chase, however, said the former governor signed off on the plan. A Florida Department of Law Enforcement investigation report contained details on an exchange between Chase and John Morgan. Morgan & Morgan, for the people, whose law firm Crist works for. Oh, really? Chase had contacted Morgan, and Chase believed Morgan was the attorney representing Crist, to set up a time wherein Chase could depose Crist. In essence, indicated to Crist that if he, that's Chase, had to take Crist's deposition, Crist was not going to like what Chase asked, as it would contain embarrassing things and would be used to impeach his testimony. When Morgan inquired what embarrassing things Chase was referring to, Chase indicated that he would be forced to impeach Crist by addressing the following issues. 1. Charlie Crist had sexual and homosexual relations with at least 2 men who were paid to leave the state to avoid embarrassing the governor. 2. Crist kissed or attempted to kiss Greer at a hotel in Beverly Hills, California. 3. Governor Crist's drunken escapades and how Governor Crist's security detail had to cover for him. 4. Governor Crist attempted to run people over while intoxicated and operating a golf cart. Morgan allegedly told Chase that his accusations were nothing more than inflammatory remarks intended to embarrass Crist, and that even if the former governor were gay, because there's nothing wrong with that, they wouldn't relate the charges Greer faces or constitute grounds of impeachment. Morgan stated that if Crist were homosexual, why would he try to kiss Greer? Specifically saying Crist would have had to be a sick son of a bitch to try to kiss Porky Pig. Additionally, Morgan sent Chase an email indicating that it was his own opinion that Greer was using Chase to extort Charlie with embarrassing questions. Morgan indicated in his email that these types of questions were the same thing as asking, when was the last time you fucked the neighbor's sheep? Or are you still beating your wife? Oh, this is too much. It's gold. Oh, my God. These are all, this is the Huffington Post. All right? I'm not slandering anybody. I'm just reading the Huffington Post. Ouch. A new humiliation for Charlie Crist. I know I have a speech impediment, a lisp. I've been dealing with it for 50 years. I got to get a de-esser and a pop filter for this little outfit I got here. It'll get better. Anyway, from The Capitalist, this is from Sarah Rumpf, February 1st, 2018. The trajectory of the past decade has not been kind to Charlie Crist. A once rising political star has plummeted in near irrelevancy. Now, one former ally is adding to Crist's humiliation by adding to distance themselves from him in utter ridiculous way. The trajectory of the past decade has not been kind to Charlie Crist. A once rising political star has plummeted into near irrelevancy. Now, one former ally is adding to Crist's humiliation by seeking to distance themselves from him in an utterly ridiculous way. Oh, it says here, after Charlie lost his second bid for governor, or after he lost his Senate run to Rubio, then he tried to run for governor again. This is he went to work for Morgan & Morgan, for the people. He got a little TV ad right here, too. As reported in 2015 article of the National Review, Crist, from here on out, I'm just going to call him Charlie, because I cannot say fucking Crist. We call him Carpetbag Charlie. From here on out, here. As I reported in 2015 article for National Review, Carpetbag Charlie wasn't actually practicing law at Morgan & Morgan. An online search of his court records found an embarrassingly short list of appearances in his entire legal career since he finally passed the bar on his third attempt in 1983. I could only find 8 cases. 8 fucking cases. And at least 3 of those were part of the same matter. Perhaps even more telling, the firm had not even bothered to hire a secretary or a paralegal for him, an essential element of modern legal. Yeah, what lawyer doesn't have a fucking paralegal or a secretary? They didn't even bother to hire him one. Chris had also somehow bungled completing his continuing legal education requirements and was temporarily suspended from practicing law. Oh, my God. This guy's in a safe fucking Florida. Chris, Carpetbag Charlie, was little more than an Energizer bunny for the firm, a friendly face drumming up interest in their product but not expected to do any actual work. As I was far from the only person to assume that there was an ulterior motive for all those ads beyond promoting a law firm to potential clients. Oh my God. Chris had joined the benefactor Morgan in the Democratic Party in 2012, officially changing his registration. Then he went on to challenge Governor Rick Scott in 2014 attempt to get back into governor's mansion. But again, he fell short. Finally, he ran for a congressional seat in his hometown district 2016, winning a 4-point victory against a Republican. Morgan & Morgan spent millions of dollars on Chris. Campaigning finance disclosures list his salary as nearly $300,000 from 2 Morgan & Morgan entities for 2013 alone. Plus all the billboards and TV air ad time. And also hundreds of thousands of dollars in campaign donations. But did they get their money's worth? Well, fuck no. A freshman congressman is rarely influential, unless you're ALC, I guess. And it's even worse for members of the minority party. Carpetbag Charlie couldn't even catch a break when it came time for congressional office space assignments, pulling a dead last 50th out of 50 place in the lottery among House rookies. Adding insult to injury, the man he defeated makes more appearances lately on cable news programs than Chris, an actual congressman. Oh, this guy's a fucking hunk of shit. I'm going to make it my mission. You're not getting this goddamn governor. You're not doing it. No fucking way. Not on my watch, buddy. Oh, what do we got here?
For our freedom and our safety.
Let's take us another quick break here, and we'll come back with some more shit I dug up on Chris. Have a little commercial. Be right back. Welcome back. All right, while we were away, I found another little jibbity jabby on Charlie here. I haven't been able to screen it all out. Let's just listen to it together.
For our freedom and our safety. But, good training is important, too. We have a great chief of police in St. Petersburg, my hometown, Chief Holloway, and he's a great man. He's African American. He does a superb job. And
what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
well, I was standing side by side with him, and we had some of the, disturbing, kind of people who were upset about what happened to George Floyd.
Oh, okay. More pandering to dark. Okay, black and brown. Oh, and Hispanic, right? Okay.
And that was beyond upsetting, what happened to that poor man in Minneapolis.
Oh, that poor man.
But, yeah, law enforcement's important. We need to have safety. It even says in the Constitution we have to ensure domestic tranquility. I get that. But we need good training to balance it, too. That's equally important in my humble opinion.
God.
Hey, Congressman, it's Willie Geist. Good to have you on the show this morning. I'm curious what you make of the $1.9 trillion package proposed by the White House right now that may move through, coming off a vote just overnight through
Oh, this is old. February. That's a good question. What do you think about that 1.9 trillion there, homeboy?
reconciliation, which is a simple majority vote in the United States Senate. Does that package get it right? Is it too big? Is it too small? What's your view?
I think that President Biden is spot on with that. This is a man of great compassion, Willie, as you know, great empathy. I mean, look what he's been through in his personal life, the loss of his first wife, a daughter, and then later his son, Bo. He died of the same brain cancer that my older sister, Margaret, passed away from. And so,
oh, my God. This guy has, no bounds. He's got no fucking shame. Oh, Biden's a great man, and there we go, back to the plain folks out of the tools for propaganda. I'll tell you, he's a professional politician.
So I can understand it, and that's why I think that President Biden, has such a keen sense of the right thing to do. For him, it's not right versus left; it's right versus wrong.
Well, that didn't age well, did it? That's those kids in the cages.
And it's wrong not to help the American people that are suffering right now. A lot of people can't pay their mortgage, can't pay their rent, can't put food on the table. I mean, my goodness, if we can't be compassionate to our own fellow Americans in a time of need that we're facing right now, historic time of need. In my state of Florida, over 200 people are dying every day.
There's the statistics.
This pandemic. It breaks my heart. I love Florida, and I love her people. And, it just pains me that we're handling it so poorly in the Sunshine State.
Oh, you're
Florida
campaigning.
deserves better.
Do you think, Congressman, that minimum wage hike to $15 an hour within that package is a good idea?
I think it's a brilliant idea. I have a dear friend, John Morgan, a great little lawyer with him.
Oh, what? Whoa. Oh, no. Oh, your great friend John Morgan. I just read an article from 3 years ago where he just basically fucking cut. Oh, please tell me more.
After I left the governor's mansion and before I got elected to Congress. And, he basically...
Oh, we're talking about that job where you didn't really have a job. Oh.
He self-funded that as a constitutional amendment in Florida. And it passed by over 60%, the threshold by which that has to happen to get a constitutional amendment put through. And God bless John for it. I love him. And, the fact that he dedicates so much of his time, and Joe, John, too.
I get it. I get it now. You need him for your fucking governor run. Of course you got to kiss his fucking ass. You need his money and his support for your run for governor. This makes total sense.
That he dedicates himself so much to that, as well as his practice, of course, at Morgan. And Morgan, he's an amazing man. That kind of humanity in more people is essential. I don't know if you can see it, but I wear these yellow wristbands on my hand every day.
Oh,
and it
no!
basically talks about what is known as the Golden Rule.
Oh, my God, you've got to be kidding me. He's got fucking two of those old-time fucking rubbery do unto others shit. Oh, so this guy, this is unreal. Abraham Lincoln in the last one, the do unto others golden rule in this one. This is going to be a fun run. We're going to get it primaried out. This is going to be fun.
To others as you would have done unto you. And it seems to me that what the wristband says is practice the golden rule every day. If more of us would simply do that and follow the teachings of Christ, I think we'd be in a much better place. A lot of these problems, frankly, would go away. A resurgence of humanity, of enlightenment, of goodness and kindness and decency coming together.
Okay, I got your number now. I see what you're running on. I'm putting together your little campaign here. I got where you're coming. That's what your handlers are saying. I mean, I got it. We're split. The temperature is way, way up. It's at a boiling point. So are you going to run now as a centrist, a moderate? You're going to cool the temperature? Is that what this is? Okay. It's starting to come along now. I got you. I mean, I only found out about this run for governor just 12 hours ago. My head's been up my ass dealing with other stuff. I just didn't see it coming, but it's making more and more sense. I'm 3 clips into it. All right, I got you.
Together as a nation. That's exactly what I think America needs right now. And thank God Joe Biden got elected our president.
So, Congressman,
oh my
before
God.
I let you go, Congressman, there is some talk, I'm sure you've heard it too, in the state of Florida about you running for governor again. You said once, you ran again in 2014, you lost that race.
You didn't see this coming, though, or you just throwing up a softball here? Oh, well, CNN. Of course you are.
To Rick Scott. Are you open to being Florida's governor again?
I am, Willie, and I'm enjoying my time in Congress. I mean, especially now. You talk about an important time to serve in the Congress.
Of course, you're enjoying your time in Congress. You're on the bottom rung. You're doing nothing there. You're kicking back with gays. I get not that there's anything wrong with that in a bathhouse or something, because you're not moving on any laws. Fuck, I didn't even realize you were in fucking Congress, so I looked it up.
What's going on in our country? Being able to help people again with this stimulus package. That was going on when I was governor back in 2009. President Obama, you may be able to see his book in my background here. Yeah. Great man. Great.
Yeah, you can't see it. Once we get the video, he has the room staged. It's a hotel room. He's got a little cup that says, "I love Florida" with an American flag in it, a Bible next to it, and a propped up Obama biography. Wow.
President. He came to Florida to fight for that stimulus, the Recovery Act. I joined him. He hugged me after I introduced him. And that was kind of it for me as a Republican public servant. But, I'll tell you, I'm very optimistic about the future. I am considering a run for governor again, listening to people, like my parents. My dad's a doctor. He practiced 55 years as a family doctor in St. Pete.
There's the more of the everyday guy. That's it. No, rule number 9, plain folks. Yeah.
You used to always tell me and my 3 sisters, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you talk, and you'll do a lot better in life and learn a lot more. And that's what I'm doing. I'm listening.
All right. Congressman Charlie Crist, maybe the next governor.
Hey, Willie, one final thing.
Oh, yeah.
We got a big game in my home area. Go Bucks.
Oh.
I think they're going to win. I agree with your prediction. I'll say it'll be 38-28. Sunday night. Tune in.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's 2 days before the Super Bowl. Well, we did win, but it had nothing to do with you, you fucking cock smoke. Oh, God. Okay, folks, that's about going to do it for this one. In conclusion, we found out that Charlie Crist is basically a big fat lying piece of shit. We already knew what Al Not So Sharpton was. So hang in there. Do me a favor. Like, subscribe, share. Follow me on Twitter. All that stuff you hear on all these podcasts and YouTubes. I really appreciate it. If you want to donate, keep these things going, or I have a Patreon page. Anyway, that's my call to action. I'll see you next time. Love y'all. Peace.